Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we're back at the Chamber of the Crossroads. We need to talk to Bósi and go to the Water-wheels of Nalâ-dûm. I was just checking all the quests that this guy is having here. And from what I have seen on the wiki doesn't mention this being necessarily available only for the group version. But I think I still want to hold on to this for later. I think at some other point we can try, when we are at a higher level, soloing some of these instances and completing this quest line in here, because this quest line that this guy is begin will then go out to the halls of crafting in the Flaming Deeps and Dar Narvogud in the Foundations of Stone. But since we are not doing the entire instance cluster yet, we are just gonna focus on the solo instances for the epic and continue our adventure. Greetings again to you, Beriathan. I did not have the opportunity to properly thank you for helping to broker this alliance between the Iron Garrison and the Elves of Lothlórien, so I thank you. In Mazog, we have a prisoner worthy of exchanging for those Gorothúl brought to Dol Guldur, my son chief among them. Oh Bori, be strong and courageous during your torment. Scouts report seeing a relic of unquestionable evil among the Water-wheels of Nalâ-dûm, but were unable to route the flow of the canals in such a way as to reach it. You must determine the proper workings of the system if you are to find and destroy this relic of Gorothúl's. I shall have a scout lead you to the entrance of Nala-dum in the waterworks. Delving into the flooded depths will be dangerous, for the mechanisms are very old and have not been used for many years. The entrance to Nala-dum lies in the waterworks. I shall send a guide to lead you to the entrance. Are you ready to journey forth? Yeah, let us go.
Deep in the abysses of Moria, the dwarves had once crafted a great waterway to bring water in from the mountains. Something now blocks the great wheels from turning, causing the Iron Hill garrison concern.
Okay, so here we are in the water-wheels. You might remember on one of the previous episodes we did find the entrance to this in the waterworks. Is even before you get to the rotting cellar. But yeah, once again, the epic does not require for you to physically go there to be able to do this, which is a welcome change. You can still go there and start the instance from the actual location, but it's not a mandatory anymore. We have now this deed with Lizard Slayer in Nala-dûm. As you can see, well, we also got the Morval Slayer on the previous episode, and as you see, there are so little Morval on the solo version of it that it's really not worth grinding over. As Bósi said, we'll need to figure out how the wheels, how the mechanism in this place work out, so that we can make our way through the water wheels. This is something that you can only do solo if you're doing the solo version, because you need to turn these wheels. This will open some doors, and some of those doors are timed. So in the solo version it's not as restrictive, but in the group version, when you use one of these wheels, it will open a door very far away and it will close really fast. So the strategy there is somebody opens the door, the rest of the group goes in there, clears the area and opens the door from the other side so that the group can reunite again. And I have not tried it, but I think if you are using Forced March plus another movement speed like say Coffee or one of these movement speeds, you might be able to do it on your own. I think that's possible, but that will require you to have so many speed boosts on yourself to actually be able to pull it off, that I can only recommend doing that if at some point you are just grinding this for the deed. Otherwise, I think it is safer to just look for a group and do this. Now, that's where we came from, so the door that we opened is this one here. Alright, here we are. So I think this is the place I was telling you about, where it really needs to have, you really need to have a group to pull it off if you are doing the group version. Here, not so much. Here's the lever. Yeah, I do remember. I have some recollection of this. You use this. Now you need to make your way back. So yeah, it will extend this bridge in here. And the door that you need to cross is this one. But I think you need to actually look for another lever. A lot of latency today. Not sure why. Not sure if there's some issue with my connection, or maybe the server, or what exactly. But yeah, this is not making it go any faster. I think you'll need to turn this wheel. Is yeah, need to come down here. God, I'm so lost right now. This is just the solo version. Imagine the group version. Anyway, I think yeah, we need to actually pull this lever in here to extend the bridge down below. Nope, that wasn't it. Jeez, where to now? And you can tell it's been a long time since I last was in here. At this point it's just trial and error, figuring out how to successfully extend both sides of the bridge. Hopefully this will do the trick. Nope. What do I need to do? Ah, but look, yeah, the door is open there. Okay, so I was going the wrong way, it seems. Pull this lever, yeah, the door opens there. And not on the other side. Thank God. What about here? So you need to drop there. There is some water, so we should be okay. I think there's no way to avoid that injury. Now we need to open that door there. Okay, this lever extends this bridge. Exactly. Will this lever open that door? Yeah. Make the run for it. Yeah, but I think we have actually make a U-turn. Oh god. In that case, I'll need to check that again. Yeah, we need to go there. Okay, I think I get it now. What we're doing. I think we're lowering the water level so we can access the lower levels of this area. Remember how portions of this were underwater? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how this works. I don't know this instance as much as the mirror holes. And even in the mirror holes, I sometimes get lost. That's the bridge that we need to extend. Guys are really noisy. But since we have unlocked the next portion of the area. Oh god, no, 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 no! God, you weren't supposed to jump that much. We have Gorothúl's new relic. We have the boss on the distance. Him, that's him. Another caerog. But I'm not fighting yet. We'll need first to destroy the relic. A wave of dread passes through you as the relic is destroyed and is gone.
to my new home, my special Citadel.
Did it caerog? You're okay. The encounter will shut down in 0 minutes. So that's basically it. Once again, the solo version is quite simple. For the group version, I think you need to do something about this distance in here to weaken the boss. Not sure again. I hope to be able to show you the group versions of both mirror holes and Water-wheels at some point. But once again, we're focusing on the epic today. Very well done, Beriathan. The destruction of that relic should keep further evils from being drawn to the Water-wheels. Now we must look to the future.
I commanded the smiths at the Heart of Fire to craft new shackles for Mazog.
Brón told me about your capture of Mazog in Rush to Renul, and it was clear to me that if Mazog is to be brought to Dol Guldur in exchange for my son's freedom, we would need more powerful shackles to hold him. You were able to subdue the Orc King when he broke free once. We cannot risk the necessity again. Therefore, I commanded the smiths at the Heart of Fire to craft new shackles for Mazog. We have little mithril as it is, but they should have been able to make very strong bands indeed by mixing small quantities of it with other metals. Speak to Stóthkell in the Heart of Fire and see if the shackles are ready. So that means, once again, going to 21st Hall and then swift traveling to the Dolben View. I think that's the fastest way. Or we could technically also drop from the well and die and make our way back to the Silverton Lodes, but either way it's like the same distance, I would say, between both points. It's like the middle point in between those two areas, so basically the same.
These halls will be great once more.
And believe it or not, we are nearing the end of Book 8. Book 8 is really not as long. And afterwards, we would be technically ready to go into Mirkwood directly. But once again, I do wanna spend a season in Lothlorien. I hope you don't mind though, because I really enjoy Lothlorien and I think it's a nice change of pace and it's such a nice area. So well, we are not that close to the Heart of Fire. Let us ride. In the meantime, let me double check in here because we are getting this, all these items which seem to be focused on morale more than offensive, so we will be losing a lot of physical mastery and critical rating by equipping all of them, and I don't think the set bonuses will make up for that. And I don't think we are that hard pressed for morale at this point. So I much rather keep my offensive capabilities to the max. Let's see, maybe we can drop in here and not die. So once again back in the Hall of Fire. Oh jeez. I will forget girly of this. I don't know why you get so crazy within here. I truly don't know. What is it with pets on the Hall of Fire that make them act so weird?
These bands will secure Mazog for the journey into Mirkwood.
Yes, Beriathan, yes. We combined a small quantity of mithril with other metals to make these shackles. In fact, some of the weapons and armor you previously collected for my smiths were melted down and used in their making. These bands will secure Mazog for the journey into Mirkwood. He will not break free of this, or I would be ashamed to call myself Stóthkell of the Iron Garrison. Bring this to Brón for his approval. He is resting in the peaceful path, preparing for the journey.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
I think this is something that both the Shadows of Angmar and Mines of Moria epics share in common, and that there comes a point in which the epic, in which you basically advance the epic by swift traveling, or the fastest route is by swift traveling. So in here, like 21st Hall, Dolben View, and then 21st Hall, Tarak-Bazan, that has been happening for a while, and that also happens in Shadows of Angmar, especially after Book 9, I would say. But as far as I remember, that doesn't happen as much on the Volume 3 and Volume 4. I'm not sure about Mirkwood. But we are about to come to Mirkwood, so we'll find out soon enough. Right now, let us just bring these shackles to Brón.
We have run into a disagreement with the elves of Lothlorien.
Ha, the shackles! Yes, these look very sturdy indeed. Mazog will not be able to break from this as he did in Rush to Renal, Beriathan. We have run into a disagreement with the elves of Lothlorien concerning the plan to bring Mazog to Dol Guldur in exchange for my cousin's freedom. Celeborn has refused to allow us to bring the orc into the Golden Wood, though it is clearly the most direct route. He wants us instead to skirt the woods, a journey that would take much longer. Lenglammel in Gwathnor awaits my response. Give it to her grudgingly. We will take the long way with Mazog, though it displeases me tremendously. Tell her too that I trust the elves will shoulder some of the burden of this inconvenience. The delay this will cause is intolerable, and we are asked to bear it. I will do so for Bósi's sake. I'm gonna tell you how happy am I right now that I have not changed my milestone from the Shadowed Refuge. It saved us some time previous episode, and it's doing so again today.
I am sorry. Broin's concerns are real, but a serious matter has arisen.
I am sorry, Beriathan. Brón's concerns are real and understood, but bringing Mazog into Lothlórien is simply unacceptable. Even shackled, Mazog cannot be allowed within the Golden Wood. We spoke earlier about the marks Gorothúl left at certain locations in Moria, Beriathan, and you have done well to eliminate some of them. Magor reported to me while you were gone that one at least remains.
Magor has been venturing into the depths ever since you rescued him.
Saying only that he considers it his personal duty to prevent the nameless dangers in Azanarukâr from ever living there. On his most recent journey into the fires of those caverns, he beheld a number of Regmyl carrying what appeared to be an idol of some evil significance. He followed them for a time, but at one point they seemed to become aware of his presence, and he found it necessary to retreat. Gather your strength and speak to me, Beriathan. I will bring you to Magor. Together, we must return to Azanarukâr, learn if the Regmyl's idol is a relic of Gorothúl's, and destroy it.
I will bring you to Magor, so you may seek out this relic he saw.
Are you ready to go? Magor has traveled ahead and will meet you in Azanarukâr.
In the depths of Azanarukâr, the sorceries of Gorothúl have set into motion an evil that cannot be ignored. You have come with Magor into the dark reaches, and must end this threat before it is too late.
Alright, Magor, good to see you back. What do we need to do? Here we are, Beriathan, where once we came before, the deepest reaches of Azanarukâr. I have come here often since we first met, though better equipped than on that adventure. The Lady of the Wood has given me a great elf stone, and many things have fled before its light. We should be cautious, as there were Regmyl here before, and I saw them carrying an artifact of great evil. I do not see them now, but they are surely not far. Let us proceed, friends, and see what lies before us in Azanarukâr. This way, friends, I will show you where I beheld the artifact. I only hope that the elf stone given to me by Lady Galadriel will be enough to preserve our strength. There were Regmyl here. Where have they gone? Form of Grawulun, okay. It seems he is indeed coming back. The light of the elves shall overcome you. Thank you. Good, my friends. He is cast down and the way ahead is clear. I sense something terrible ahead, my friends. Can you feel it? It does look terrible. Elbereth, preserve us! It is as we feared. The many forms of Grawulun the caerog have been drawn to Azanarukâr. Behold, they work some evil with the beacon of Gorothúl. Carefully now, let us get closer. The caerog, it is as if they do not see that we're here. And look, the beacon, it glows with a sickening light. Give me a moment to examine the artifact. This must not be. It is worse than we feared, Beriathan. The caerog are magnifying the power of Gorothúl's beacon. They beseech Gwathnor to return. Quickly now, destroy the artifact before Gwathnor can heed the call. I shall strike at the caerog when they react to its destruction. A wave of dread passes through you as the relic is destroyed, then it's gone. We were not that lucky. Gwathnor is returned. The light of the elves shall overcome you, yes please. So Gwathnor, round 2. Some of the strength. We must defeat the forms of Grawulun if we are to overcome Gwathnor. Back up. There he comes. The light of the elves shall overcome you. Fighting forms of Grawulun. So if you could give me some Elfstone light, Magor, please. Completed Nameless Slayer. Oh, that's good. Stay quiet. Stay put. Alright, the last of the forms of Grawulun. Okay, defeated Gwathnor. This is done. The Serpent of Shadow and Flame is defeated once more. Alright, we have done it. We have ended Gwatnor's growing strength and dispersed the forms of Grawulun that were drawn to Azanarukâr, Beriathan. We have won a short victory, a small respite. Without the beacon of Gorothúl, it will be some time before Gwathnor and his servants can again find the world above. But it will not last forever. We do not possess the means of destroying these creatures. Lesser spirits though they be, they are beyond our ability. We can hinder them for a time, and hope the peace we buy is worth the dangers. I feel it is. Are you ready to leave? There is nothing to hold us here. We should return to the upper levels where the air is clean.
From the great heights to the deepest depths, you sought for and destroyed the relics of Gorothúl, delaying for a time his designs on Moria. Now all our eyes must look forward, across the shadowed forest of Mirkwood, to where the hosts of the enemy gather their strength.
As you see, this is the end of Book 8 of Volume 2. And once again, we're technically ready to go to Mirkwood, but we're not gonna yet. Just complete a quest. We will get the Leggings of Accordance, and we can check if swapping the gear is really worth it. But so far, based on what I have seen, might not be. So, I can't move yet. It seems okay. Now we can go. Let us check here the nudity that we just got really quick. Very well. We have Nameless Layer. We got a new title, Vanquisher of the Nameless. Plus 5 LOTRO points and some reputation that we no longer need. But why are going so slow right now? Okay, let us check the title. The origin of the Nameless in Moria is unknown, but they are wholly evil and you have done well to act against them. And we have Nameless Layer Advanced. We need to kill 200 of them for 4000 virtue XP, some legendary item XP as well.
You have sent Gwathnor and Grawulun formless into the depths, and not a moment too soon.
I cannot say if this is the last of the relics left by Gorothúl in Moria, but we have bought some time at least. As long as Gorothúl remains alive, so too does the danger that he may create more such beacons, once again drawing forth Gwathnor or Grawulun, and the next time we may not find them before they achieve their full level of power. You must go now to Haldir on the flat just outside of the Golden Wood. Tell him that the Dwarves of the Iron Garrison have agreed to bring Mazog to Mirkwood on an indirect route that will not pass through Lothlorien as requested. Tell him too that the expedition of the Golden Host must occur with as much haste as can be arranged. Too great a delay, and we may find ourselves hemmed between Dol Guldur on one side and Gwathnor and Grawulun reborn on the other. Perfect. So, let us go to Haldir then. Once again, you know the drill. We've traveled to the first hall.
Return soon to his halls.
There we go. And I think now this is truly our final exit through Moria. We of course still have pending the issue about Lumulnar, Nala-dûm, Halls of Crafting, and Darnarbugut. But we're leaving that for later. Now, as you have seen in here, this is something that I didn't remember before, but yes, you defeat the Nameless menace in Moria, but it's not a definitive victory because the Nameless are creatures that are far more powerful than yourself. Or you cannot vanquish them forever. They will eventually come back. So I think, not sure, but I think the depths every once in a while bring out the Nameless, but this is a threat that has not been completely closed yet, as something only someone like Gandalf or maybe Radagast can really vanquish the Nameless. So I wonder if at some point Gandalf will come in here and face them, or what exactly is gonna happen with them. There is a quest that you get during Erebor,
Sweet light Rondia.
That was some sort of treasure hunt. Oh my god. I didn't want to deconstruct this. Anyway, it was the Forge Master I wanted to talk to. As I was saying, there is another quest in Erebor that will have you investigate the Nameless once again. But it still doesn't really close this storyline, and from what I remember, players were a little disappointed after playing that questline that we didn't get a little bit more information about the Nameless, and the way in which it was handled, which I'm not gonna spoil for you right now. We're just gonna wait until we get there, even though we're still we're still missing a lot before we come to that place. And so here in Echad and Estelle, we have the possibility of bringing the Eleanor and Infradil to Ambendale.
The orcs of Moria stir, and shadows creep up from the depths.
Whence come you, friend? Bearing pale Nifredil and golden Eleanor? From toiling at Carin Ambrath. My heart is gladdened by her gesture and by yours in bearing these blossoms here. These flowers never seem as bright when plucked from other hills. My sincere thanks to you, friend Warden, now that Ambendale is at your service. Now, we're really close to Haldir and can technically end Book 8 and begin Book 9. When you hit level 60, you get this letter from Lady Galadriel. A time long prepared for approaches, and I have seen your part in it. My husband Celeborn has called for a great company, the Golden Host of Lorien, to cross the river Anduin and bring battle to the fortress of Dol Guldur. It stands atop a stony height in the depths of Mirkwood, and behind its walls great evil is brewing. Come to our lands and prepare to fight this growing shadow. Speak to Haldir of Lorien on his fleet just outside the Goldenwood, or to the boatmaster Kalangod, standing vigil on the southeastern docks of Lothlorien on the great river itself. We have need of great adventurers such as you, my friend. Please come to Lothlorien from there to depart for Mirkwood. Lady Galadriel of Lorien. Alright, that's basically it. So this kind of mails you receive with the release of every new update to remind you where the story left and where you can pick it back up. It's mostly useful for that, but when when you are playing a character, when you're coming through these zones for the first time, you don't need that kind of reminders. Still, I think it's really cool to still check these little details the game leaves you, this crown path the game leaves you, and these emails are always worth the read in my opinion.
I will see you again when the time has come.
We are ready to leave as quickly as we are able, Beriathan, but the preparations of the Golden Host cannot be hurried over much, lest we doom its mission to failure. It will take some time for the Dwarves to bring Mazog to the edge of Mirkwood, and that will allow all the necessary preparations to be made. I hope you're ready when the time comes, Beriathan. Both the Dwarves of the Iron Garrison and the Elves of Lothlorien will rely on your courage and ability. I hope too that this expedition is not a mistake. It has been a long time since the forest bore the name Grimwood the Great. I will see you again, Beriathan, when the time has come. Gonna speak the leggings. And now you can technically begin.
Is at last ready to cross the river Anduin.
You can technically talk to Haldir and begin that. You will be sent to Imlat Lalith, which I don't remember exactly where it is, but I know we've been there.
The golden host is at last ready to cross the river Armtween.
Alright, so I think we are not gonna begin that yet. As you have seen from the email, you can begin this with either Haldir here in his fleet or near the docks. So what we're gonna start doing instead is the quests in Lothlórien, and at some point then we'll come to either Haldir or the docks when we are ready to begin Mirkwood. So basically at this point that's what happens. The dwarves will take time before they can bring Mazog to Mirkwood, and that gives the elves time to prepare themselves as well. And with this time that we have earned, we can start doing quests in Lothlórien. So let us begin with the Nifredil and Elanor, and I think that will bring us to the other quest givers and the other quest hubs in this area. I'm just looking to see if I can spot the location of one of those Telline that we need for the deed. Because I was checking on my other high level characters the other day, and none of them have this deed. I have never taken the time to fully explore the woods, and I'm missing some of this Telline. And what's funny is that I have some Telline with one character, and then I have another set of Telline with other character. So in between all of them, you could say I have found them all, but not all of them with one character, which is really weird. Here we have one of them, Alan Fanwido Bahanet.
Servants of the enemy cannot pass the bounds of Lórien.
I have no time just now for any. What is that aroma? By sea and stars, whence came these blooms? Twilling has, as always, cut to the heart of the matter in her own quiet way. My steps are now lightened. I shall display this, that all the warriors here might also benefit from their sweet smell.
Will you aid the Galadrim?
Beriathan, I have an urgent request of you. As you undoubtedly know already, the orcs of Moria have been roused and have powered forth into the hills of Anwidel. There they are mustering for an assault upon Lothlórien. In order to properly prepare for such an assault, we need to know the strength of the enemy. There are countless orcs dwelling in the bowels of Moria, and we must know how many have been sent against us. Will you speak with my companion Maenador and with Reingon, who is preparing a defense at Tal and Willith northeast of here? They are each concerned with specific encampments. When you have finished with their tasks, return here to me.
A shadow falls beyond Lothlórien, against which we must be prepared.
I am Bahanet, the quartermaster of this force. Are you here to help in our struggle against the orcs? Our scouts have noticed that they are cutting a great deal of lumber, likely for use in constructing fortifications and siege engines. We must not stand by while such a threat develops. Where matters more urgent, I would ask you to burn those supplies, but as things are not yet that present, I would have you take these vials of liquid and apply it to their wood piles before they are finished curing. This will weaken the wood, rendering useless for their purposes, but without their knowledge. The orcs have also recently brought a number of crates out from their stores deep in Moria. I would like you to steal the contents of a number of these crates so that we can perhaps guess at what evils they are preparing.
The shadow of Caerog in the darkness beneath looms over the golden wood.
Bahanet is correct, Beriathan. If we are to fully prepare for the war ahead, we must know what numbers are arrayed against us. I have a task for you if you wish to aid us. Journey north and west into Fanwidel and scout the 4 southernmost encampments. The camp furthest west is called Bolk Maufuluk. Almost due northwest is a smaller camp called Golugrag. North of Golugrag you will come upon Gaspush. Finally, east of Gaspush you will find Mokur's Gundul. Scout each of the encampments, then return to me. I will reward you as I may, but expect a greater reward from Bahaneth.
The lidless eye turns upon Lothlorien, but he cannot yet see us.
Greetings to you, friend. Are you here to help in our martial endeavors against the invading orcs? If so, I have a small assignment for you. The orcs frequently employ runners and scouts to deliver messages between their camps, and we will hamper their efforts to coordinate their warriors if these scouts are defeated. If you would be so kind as to defeat a few of these message runners, I would be much obliged. They have been spotted patrolling throughout the eastern half of Fanwidel, north of here.
Hail! What brings you to Lorien?
Okay, this would be a good quiver for an elf hunter. It looks really good.
Servants of the enemy cannot pass the bounds of Lorien.
Ordnance Shield of Lothlorien. Let me check that. No, I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Okay, we can leave this flat. And we can come to the other one in here. Talk to Rangon. And then we'll venture forth, fight some orcs. Alan Willith, awesome.
Will you aid the Galathrim?
Bahaneth sent you, Beriathan. He is correct. If we are to fully prepare for the war ahead, we must know what numbers are arrayed against us. I have a task for you if you wish to aid us. Journey north and west into Fanwidel and scout the 4 northernmost encampments. There is a lumber camp called Drumaudul which lies west and a little to the north of here. The Droi Maudul can be found to the north of Drumaudul as Camp Prakut Fuluk. Nardur's task lies to the northwest of Bidroi Maudul and is one of the strongest encampments in Fanwidel. Scout each of the encampments, then return to me. I will reward you as I may, but expect a greater reward from Bahaneth.
The Lord and Lady have need of your services.
You have come none too soon, Beriathan. The orcs have been launching small assaults against us of late, and our scouts have seen another raiding party heading this way. I need you at the base of this tail line to help our soldiers on the ground drive off the orcs with minimal casualties. We cannot afford to lose any more of our people, or we will be left short-handed when their true assaults begin. Okay, this is gonna take a long while it seems, so let me get back to you on the next episode and we'll do this skirmish. So this has been all for today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you on the next one. For the time being, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.